one's called the Hounds of Calhoun County. In the hills of Calhoun County, we have laid our footing strong. In the pines above the mighty lake, we have spread out long and far. In the red clay dirt, in the fields of soy and corn, we have tilled these lands, these well-worn paths. The fruit of our hardened hands, the fruit of our fathers and our fathers' backs, the fruit of their knees, their hips, and their bones, the fruit of their wars, their lovers, and their loins, the fruit of their sweat watering the ground. In the Chickasaw hollers and the redneck shacks, in the trailer homes and the RV campers, in the steepled churches and stained glass halls, in the revival tents and the creek bed baptisms, our harvest scarce and hard won, our bounties few and far between, our game and trophies mounting, our feasts feed all for miles around. The roads sound with our radio static, four-wheel drives and manual shift gears. The highway's home of antenna wires, lit by Camel lights and Marlboro Reds. We count the days by the fox hunts, by the dog running and the deer chasing. We tell time by the sound of the hounds, letting loose through the hills of our brothers. They let them out down at James Cressman's. They were behind Aunt Alma's by lunch. They had circled all the way back to Roach's place before they got a shot out at Fellowship. A shot rings out and a call on the radio. A shot rings out and bring the pickup. A shot rings out and some story to tell. A shot rings out and someone's bringing supper. All right, this one's about getting no sleep. It's called King Sleep. By morning, I'm all drained out, wilted like potted plants left out in the cold snap. The sun only piercing imaginary veins. I have reversed photosynthesis. At odds with calciferol, sunlight giver, it is morning night, it is moon in and sun out. Greetings from the blues under my eyes. We do not tell time. We play at half speed. We are the last ride, the low tide. We are singing Kimbrough for the hill lands, for the empty shacks, for the fall of man. Heaven sent of slept-in wife-beaters, heaven sent of rained-on laundry. One with midnight animal, German shepherd tied to a post, running in circles, barking at invisible armadillos. Coyote stalking girl on her phone, standing outside of a gas station, just thought it was a dog. Morning to day end, good night to sun up, harvest of starlight, hum of moon glow, no stranger to falling satellites, fool's gold searching for meteors. Tom waits, shot in the back for a constellation. I am moon up and I'm sun down. I am worn out. I am dog tired. This is a love poem. All you need to know is that a Higo no Kami is a Japanese pocket knife. My Higo no Kami, bright and golden. My Higo no Kami, loyal and true. My Higo no Kami, the warmth of my breath. My Higo no Kami, the light of my eye. My Higo no Kami, the flint and the tinder. My Higo no Kami, the boot and the heel. My Higo no Kami, the mountain before me. My Higo no Kami, the cool winter breeze. My Higo no Kami, the sun and the moon. My Higo no Kami, the way and the life. My Higo no Kami, bright and golden. My Higo no Kami, loyal and true. My Higo no Kami molds the earth into image. My Higo no Kami breaks the skin of the veil. My Higo no Kami sounds deep with the sea. My Higo no Kami cuts the air like a wave. My Higo no Kami listens close to the ground. My Higo no Kami hums with the thunder. My Higo no Kami makes beautiful music. My Higo no Kami sings to me. My Higo no Kami, bright and golden. My Higo no Kami, loyal and true. Anyways, this is sort of about a road trip. If you ever driven across the country, you know it sucks. I also been thinking about NASCAR a lot lately. If you're keeping up with that, a guy named Kyle Busch just died. RIP. Get your pneumonia shots. They're free at CVS. And I think this might be about having sex with your car. But I don't know for sure. You can tell me afterwards. Great siren of the highway, great song of the road, I give myself wholly, I give myself to you. Great siren of the highway, on this new day, be my protector, my Joan of Arc. Vanquish my enemies, let them fall away like dust. Explorer of sloth, equinox of death. No weapon formed against me, no steel will touch my air. No man shall prosper against me, no passage proffered freely, the way of the road. Move mountain and stone, bury the lake with dynamite. Move earth and rock, scars of the land, no natural bridge, no get-off ramp. We are the falling rock, we are the avalanche of metal, arrows from the sky, bullets in the wind. My messenger, my Gabriel, speak to me in the radio. Antenna raised high for you, my ears pressed against you, my lips, your mouthpiece. Sing the song I know. I tremble with your airwaves. I coo with your static. I hum with your vibrations. Sing it again for me. The great American highway, the lily of the valley, my fortune laid out before me, petals scattered at my heels, I wilt at your command. Foot on the gas, lead and I'll follow, oil to my engine, spit and I'll swallow. I steer by your hand, I come to your voice. Call of the big rigs, sounding through the hills, peace upon Lookout Mountain, peace upon the foothills, song of the sleeper lines, put me to rest, keeper of the river, lost if not for you, keeper of the passage, guide me through, sing the song for me, singing through the caverns, singing through the gorge, sing me to the peak, call of the freight liners, call of the big wheels, sing the song I know, sing it again for me. Great angel of the road, set me free. This one's called Fielding. Fielding for life, you receive all animals into you equally. I need you breathless in my estuary. If I find you spinning, if I find you emitting, then I have found something holy and marked by light, and I always do. When I gravitate towards you. A lamp I have no choice but fly into, a remote outpost on the edge of the world, a net hanging between buildings, and I always do. All right, I've got a long one. If there's time, I'll just close with a little poem. That's not mine. We'll see. If there's a spruce, I have climbed it. If there's a magnolia, I have held it. If there's a pine, I have felled it. If there's an axe, I have dropped it. If there's a burn pile, I have built it. If there is a tinder, I have gathered it. If there is a flame, I have lit it. If there is a coal, I have smothered it. If there is a ditch, I have dug it. If there is a hole, I have crawled in it. If there is a cavern, I have eroded it. If there is a canyon, I have carved it. If there is a line, I have stepped over it. If there is a bridge, I have burned it. If there is a rope, I have tossed it. If there is a river, I have poured it. If there is a blue moon, I have looked into it. If there is a bell, I have rung it. If there is a north wind, I have caught it. If there is a cold snap, I have brought it. If there is a long night, I have sat through it. If there is a hard time, I have gone through it. If there is a bad place, I have walked through it. If there is a dark road, I have rode through it. If there is a harsh word, I have said it. If there is a curse, I have sworn it. If there is a lashing, I have dealt it. If there is a tongue, I have poisoned it. If there is a mouth, I have washed it. If there is a lip, I have bit it. If there is a lie, I have spoken it. If there is a promise, I have broken it. If there is a vice, I have known it. If there is a snake, I have heard it. If there is an apple, I have tasted it. If there is a sin, I have committed it. If there is a weapon, I have wielded it. If there is a knife, I have brandished it. If there is a sword, I have swung it. If there is a blow, I have struck it. If there is a wound, I have opened it. If there is a brow, I have beat it. If there is a bruise, I have placed it. If there is a scar, I have caused it. If there is a north star, I have lost it. If there is a way back, I have missed it. If there is a prayer, I don't have it. If there is a word, I would speak it. If there is a mistake, I have made it. If there is an apology, I owe it. This is by Leonard Cohen. It's called Inside Our Love. I want to love you now. I want to love you then. I want to love you never, and then begin again. All the tassels of my belt go flying in the sky when you bend down to laugh at me from your place on high. I want to be the fool, the one you send away after you have used him up every second day. I want to be the rose you beckon with a yawn, limping on a thorny crutch across the burning lawn. See what you have done to me, as if you give a shit. I used to live behind a line, but now I'm over it. I won't come back to say goodbye. I'll never leave your side until I am the other man and you are someone's bride. Sit down on my memory when you are in pain, when you are in pleasure. Sit down on it again. Thank you for your courtesy and for your drunken kiss. I'm drunker than you'll ever be. I hate to tell you this. And every night's cemented tight until you strike and rise against me like a tidal flood to crack the wall of lies and push me down forever to places where I find the fossils of my brotherhood, the smooth ones and the spined. And then a holy moment comes with crisp sobriety. I see that we are meant for chains, though every atom's free. I see that we are meant for chains, though every atom's free, and even beauty meets an edge, as one can plainly see. Then summer has your golden hair, and autumn has your ghost, and we are at a juicy feast where no one is the host. Then we begin to form again. It takes a little while. I circle round your privacy for many a lonesome mile. That's it.
The first poem is called Tonight We Go Out to Dinner, and I wrote this poem on Sunday. Okay. Tonight we go out to dinner. I pray the lighting is not too dimmed, a pet peeve since I met you. I say it is because I cannot see my food. Truthfully, I want to see you. Rolling your eyes at my far too many jokes, pretending you weren't laughing. We've been laughing for 5 years. How absurd it is we were once both lonely, sitting at empty kitchen tables, daydreaming of each other. Get a second glass of wine. Get a third. We are as rich as any could be. Chase Bank can fuck right off. When it's time to walk home, I will walk slower than I ever have, tracing your footsteps with mine, each step so delicious. One day there will be a flower on a Pennsylvanian grave, placed down by blue eyes, reflecting the summer sun, set to bloom. You will know not to cry, no somber sighs, but a hearty laugh at a joke so absurd you have not forgotten. I've never longed to be remembered. I will go gentle into that good night. Do not mourn what could have been. I lived a life of love. Put a flower down for her, for me. This is called Clean. The sun beats down, demanding attention. The grass as unmowed as it is bound to dirty me. I am young enough to have not yet met myself. Mom, I want to be a clean man, unbothered by the urges to sully your creation. I was never mine to start. Father, please forgive me. I did not mean to make this mess, this mucked mistake. I am as I have always been. This is called Teeth. His father is always breaking things. Glass bottles, chairs, a tooth or two. He says it's just an accident, but my mother tells me that's just what people say when they're scared. We've been learning about phobias at school. I can tell he knows all the answers, but he's too afraid to say. The other day, he told his father he wouldn't be home to take out the trash. His father's eyes raged in a way I haven't seen since my own father first heard someone call his son a slur. Lately, he's been breaking things. A pencil, a promise, a heart. He says you can only chew on something if you can sink your teeth into it. I think he thinks this is a game. I think that's how he survives. This next one is the silliest thing I've ever written. It's like really silly, it's really short, but I wrote this and then I laughed and then I put it on the internet and a bunch of my friends said, I think I like this or I just think it's like really funny. And I was like, nice. This is called From a Recent Conversation. Our dog died. My father remarked, at least it wasn't me, until he ended up in an open casket, scowling at mourners, unsure of nice things to say. He sure did like to live. Yeah, well, so did our dog. It's called Shrinking. I lost my virginity in a church bathroom. It sounded like the choir was trying to tell me something, but I couldn't hear them. It was my come to God moment. He is staring at my high heels, and I know why. At 5'7", maybe he isn't a short king, but he's short enough to feel like one. It shrinks him all the same. We talk about politics, and he told me he voted for Harris. He grows 3 inches. He says he likes my tattoo of baby birds swimming, and he catapults into the sky. He says he'd like to swim inside me. I should have known better. When we get to his place, he has everything a girl dreams of. A bed frame, a record player, and best of all, everything is clean. He grows in front of my eyes. When he slides inside of me, he is the tallest man in the world. I tell him I want to taste his morning breath as my morning cup of coffee. I want his stubble to leave rashes on my neck so it's like he's always there. I tell him, oh God, I've never said anything like this before. He says he wants the same, but curiously shrivels away. I feel myself touch the ground. He asks me to leave so I can get better sleep. His beard is tough and sends me to the dermatologist. I cling to his every word like an ant that's found a hiding spot on his leg. He says he doesn't feel like this is going anywhere, and I feel myself step on him and break his body. A few months later, I go back to the church we first met. I don't go to the bathroom. I listen to the choir. They call God a man. I walk out the door and never go back. This one's called Inferno. This is about the worst person I've met in my entire life. Above the taxidermy deer head mounted on your wall is a sign, sloppily thrown together. Jesus doesn't belong in a place like this. A fire desperately tries to breathe below, alternating between threatening to escape its cage and meekly withering away. To me, you are impossible, a disillusioned disciple searching for something. Anything. You found me. And what am I doing here? Staring at your camouflage walls, just trying to say I belong. Maybe I'm no better man. As I fall asleep, you drone on with a sermon about how it all has to do with your goddamn parents. And I understand, and I want to say it's not your fault. I let the fire breathe. It's called Slab. They're boarding up the house, and soon it will fall. One day there, one day gone, a familiar loss. They say the foundation is cracked and rusty. The pipes don't work like they used to. It's so old, it's of no use. To me, it's always been there. Growing up with piano solos, learning how to fall, learning how to pick myself back up, learning how to respect those who can't pick themselves up too. Soon, there will be only remnants. My memories on a slab, being carried off to some place I'll never know. My family say to make peace with it, and remember when it was so strong, it could hold a childhood. All right, this is called Sycamore. We took turns naming types of trees on long drives.
Oak, redwood, maple.
Your father didn't approve of the way I wouldn't look him straight in the eyes. I didn't approve of the years of trauma he put you through.
Willow, olive, walnut.
We'd sneak away after he fell asleep and smoke cigarettes in his car, pretending the smoke would envelope us into eternity. You smiled, and I looked melancholy.
Birch, pine, cedar.
When you first hinted at it, I thought it was a joke. I laughed and said I felt the same. You said I'm sorry, and the room fell silent. I swear I could hear your heartbeat. If I could hear it now, I'd play it on repeat.
Linden, palm, spruce.
Your father gave me the news. He found you in his car. Sycamore. Thank you.
Okay, well, here's a poem. Doctor's orders. Take your medication as prescribed. It's as though an entire high school percussion section is marching out of my medicine cabinet when I pull the 5 different bottles out. I swear I can hear a snare drum as I shake the pills into my palm. I take them with whatever is closest. Yesterday's water, forgotten cup of tea, the lukewarm coffee I made 2 hours ago. I no longer hesitate. Gulp them down, like it's the only thing that'll keep me alive. It probably is. Not a suicide note. One day, I will walk over the Monroe Street Bridge and not think to myself, what a beautiful place to die. People from Nigeria, like I promised. All right, so this is Simon Perchik. It's from New York. This is it. A match, wood, lit the way a butterfly returns by warming its wings wider and wider, one against the other, then waits for the gust to spew out, as smoke lifting you to the surface. This single match circling down, half on fire, half held close, is heating your grave. Has roots, embrace it. Become a flower, fondle the ashes word by word that erupt from your mouth as an old love song. A breeze worn away by hills, and the light coming back, then lying down. This one is by Charlotte Akello. She's an amazing Nigerian poet. Trigger warning, this one, it's a little traumatic. It references sexual assault, but it doesn't go in deep into it. Translating My Worries into Something More Palatable by Charlotte Okello. Mother asks if I can go and stay with my uncle. I know widows swallow responsibilities that their husbands died from, and sometimes their eyes hold death. But they know they are the only hope. I want to tell her no. I want to tell her guys are not being trusted, that sometimes blood becomes the thing that takes life from you. I crawl out of my skin and put my thoughts into words in my notebook that stays under my bed. What's the world without a mother? How not to show a man that you love him? How do we cut blood ties? How to deal with men who come in the night? Synonym for uncle. How to kill a man who touches you in places mother warned you about. How to fake my own death or make it real. I don't want to go. Ice Burial by Lucy Zhang. Let snow bury old Jufuji, crispy peanut candies, and half-digested rice. Sugar is better sent into earth than left to grow mold in a plastic bag. They tried to send me away, you know. Like snow can hide footprints as much as it allows them to exist. Pretend you don't see them, shadows, imprints, like Bigfoot marched through. Life might creep under crystals, absorbing syrup, desiccated coconut, refined colza oil, building, breathing, growing until their sky melts. Find me frozen, snappy limbs like silver fish bones, before I make it over, where problems are fixed just because we bury gold with wrappers. An unmarried scarecrow meant for mending, an inheritance of jewels wasted. I am not grass, unintentionally weeded yet without casualties. If only I could be like that, puncturing ice even before spring. Instead, I am strung like old wires on the zither, though they sounded beautiful once. Still taut against the wood, board, hammered, glued, sanded in the basement, left there to play a dirge of silence for daddy longlegs and mice and bones to pirouette. The candies flake and crumble, but I rattle against bars waiting for rain to either flush away snow or freeze over. I didn't eat them, the ground did, swallowed like a supernova. Is the hope transgressions forever hidden so I can stay? Don Watts. Actually, American. Great Black American poet, Don Watts. Daydreaming by the Window at Dusk by Don Watts. The better part of the day spent feeling the weight of an unknown gloom and doom shadow looming around my sleepless body. It is an illusion at best. At worst, just another taste of the abyss I sink into, from time to time, just for the rush of indifference. There are better ways to watch the sun chase the moon across the sky. However, I have not the inclination, nor the drive to spread the path. My footsteps is laid on a chaotic destination. My memory is lapsing. This is not for the hunger of a new dawn to come, beckoning my undoing. I wrote a poem today, or I tried to start to write a poem today about, I bought a Roomba. So Roombas are on clearance because they went bankrupt. You don't like them?
I hate Roombas.
I tried. Well, so like I bought like the newest version. It was like supposed to be $500. I bought it for $100 because they went bankrupt, so they're on clearance now.
They're evil.
So you can, well, all right. You said so. I believe you because it hasn't been evil. It's been stupid.
Same thing.
Yeah, it doesn't work properly. But my 3 cats don't like it, and I thought they would get used to it. But yeah, I named my new Roomba Bender at the Futurama. Because you have to name it in the app. The Tower of Babel roams my living room. An itinerant machine feeding off crumbs of living beings. An anemone artificially made. I bought my very first robot last night and introduced it to my 3 cats, who were bewildered at the unnatural entity now roaming through their domain, vacuuming up their fur, sucking up their litter, but mostly bumping into walls. Marzipan, Aloysius, and Desmond, that's my cat's names. And they were all puffed up, shoulders poking out. The trio, in solidarity, all prepared to pounce at the clanker. The 3 felines set aside their former animosity for each other and in a newfound shared distrust of the robot. After reading the new papal encyclical myself, the Magnifica Humanitas, I must say I share my cat's concerns, although I must admit some strange joy in wielding this tool. And in that feeling, there must be caution. To not succumb to the lust for power. And, as my girlfriend said last night, turn that robot off, it's bothering my autism.
Joe Rorty! I hate my boss, but at least my friend hooked up with security. Woo!
If a murder of crows were sitting in the tree outside my window, I'd be the happiest man in the world. All the shit, failure, and disappointment would be made up for. By their huddled and taunting mass, perched in the barren limbs of the tree in the yard. The sky gray and threatening above their own dark threat. Unlike the other threats, who knows where or when, growing as the years go by. Black eyes reflecting my own black fate, unregretfully lost in its careless fatality. Not a song among them. 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 Unless you count their croaking calls to the witnessing clouds astride the lacerating day to come. Thank you.
Cool. This is Peyton? Peyton? Peyton. Peyton? Peyton. Peyton, there we go. Wow, guys, I hooked up with my boss's security detail officer. Woo! That was really good.
I spin and spin and spin. I'm a washing machine, a 1950s housewife, a modern-day Sylvia Plath. My children, I name them: guilt, mercy, hatred, and razor blade. Each would eat me whole had I not kept them well fed. My doctor says I'm broken and pulls my brain from my head. He pokes and prods it to ensure I'm not dead. I'm screaming and I'm pleading. Give me something to live for. I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored. Thank you.
Perfect. Awesome. I'm self-conscious about my teeth.
Aw.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
This is called What Did I Do Right? What did I do right to end up here in this body that feels like a house with the lights turned off, in this life that keeps handing me storms and calling it character development? People say I'm strong, people say I'm resilient, people say I'm still standing, but they don't see the nights I fold in on myself. Like a letter no one bothered to open, the nights where silence feels heavier than grief, the nights where I lie awake wondering if loneliness has a key to my apartment because it keeps letting itself in. And I try, God knows I try, to be grateful, to be hopeful, to be the version of myself that looks good in daylight. But some days the sun feels like a lie and the mirror feels like a dare and the world feels like a room I don't fit in. You want raw? I'm gonna tell you something. What did I do so right that I ended up in AA crying alone in my bed every night? How did I get so lucky that every time I pray to God for someone to love me, they end up leaving and now I'm back lonely? There, spoken. Not dressed up, not softened, not made pretty for the people who only want the highlight reel. Because the truth is I'm tired. Tired of pretending the ache is poetic. Tired of pretending the loneliness is noble. Tired of pretending the depression is a chapter in a book instead of a weight I carry in my chest like a stone I never asked for. Some nights I feel like I'm fighting shadows with hands that won't stop shaking. Some nights I feel like I'm screaming underwater. Some nights I feel like the world keeps moving and I'm stuck in the doorway trying to remember how to walk forward. And the worst part, the part I hate admitting, is that I still want love. I still want someone to stay. I still want to be chosen without having to bleed for it. But every time I open my hands, they come back empty. Every time I open my heart, it comes back bruised. Every time I open my mouth to pray, I feel like the words fall to the floor before they reach anything holy. And yet, there's something in me that refuses to die. Something small, something stubborn, something that whispers, not yet, not like this. Maybe it's hope. Maybe it's delusion. Maybe it's the part of me that remembers what it felt like to be held and refuses to believe that was the last time. Maybe it's the part of me that knows I've survived every night I thought would break me. Maybe it's the part of me that knows I've walked out of darker rooms than this one. Maybe it's the part of me that knows I'm still here even when I don't know why. And maybe, just maybe, that's what I did right. Not the perfection, not the pretending, not the smiling through the pain, but the staying, the breathing, the choosing to wake up even when the morning feels like a dare. Maybe the miracle isn't that I'm healed. Maybe the miracle is that I'm healing. Slowly, messily, honestly. Maybe the miracle is that I'm still reaching for something better even when my hands are tired. Maybe the miracle is that I haven't given up on the idea that love might find me in a moment I'm not expecting, in a version of myself I haven't met yet. Maybe the miracle is that I'm still here asking the question, what did I do right? And maybe one day I'll answer it without flinching. Thank you.
Up next, we have Preston. I need a vacation. Also a house. I hate my boss. Guys.
It's definitely a trend. This is one boss. Good evening, everyone. My name is Preston. This is an original piece. So it's called Split, and essentially, when I think about this, is more so how you move through life in autopilot. So I'm talking from that astral projection type of, space when it comes to that spiritual component. So here we go. Split. I drift above myself, like smoke that forgot the fire. Weightless, unheld, a witness stitched to a living thing I no longer fully belong to. I watch him wake each morning, watch him brush his teeth half asleep, watch him stare too long at the ceilings, watch him answer questions with words I would never choose. And still, his mouth moves, his hands decide, his life continues without asking me permission. I scream advice into the silence. I turn left, don't trust him, call her back, stay, leave, run. But my warnings pass through him like a light through glass. There is a cruelty in being conscious without control. To witness every mistake with perfect clarity, to see consequences blooming before the seed is even planted, to know exactly when a heart will break and still be unable to close the door. Sometimes I float close enough to remember sensation, the phantom memory of rain, the sharp sweetness of oranges, the burn of whiskey, the warmth of another hand resting on my chest as if your heartbeat mattered to them. To remember touch, the way starving people remember feasts. In God, I want to feel real again, not observed, not suspended, not this pale echo hovering at the edge of existence. Real. I want lungs that ache in the winter air. I want sore feet after long walks. I want to bite into fruit and taste sunlight trapped beneath skin. I want tears that belong to me, pain that belongs to me, love that can bruise me properly. Instead, I haunt my own existence, an invisible twin, a prisoner tied to consciousness itself. And the worst part is this. Sometimes he pauses. Sometimes the body grows still and turns toward empty corners as though he feels me there. As though somewhere deep inside himself, he hears a scratching at the walls. And for one impossible second, I believe he finally is going to let me back in.
Abdullah, come on up. Wow, I'm pregnant.
Congratulations! Baby on board, thank you.
Hi, Harry. Hi, how's everyone doing? My name is Abdullah, and these are like 3 of my haiku poems that I wrote, because I'm trying to like get more into like haiku poetry. So, me, myself, and I, growing and learning in space, imperfectionist. Yes, this is the second one. The stillness in me, the light of my soul runs deep, holding tight to love. Okay, this is the third one. Is it enough yet? Proven and proven again, rising but once more.
These jars are slightly too small.
Oh, yeah, that's there we go. Matt Fallon. No, I'm not even reading another boss one. I lied about who/when I lost my virginity so I could protect the fact I lost it to my homoerotic best friend. Matt Fallon, come on up.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Matt Fallon here. Been thinking about my mother all day, and this is a poem about my mom that got locked and loaded, so it's called House of Sin. Let's go. So aware of my mouth, glazed, steamy, acrid, crawling with squiggles of greasy flesh and abandoned nail clippings, that I sneak into mom's bed just to feel the caress of peach fuzz over tissue paper, years of varnish groping over airy sprigs. As I reread the letter, each word sinking into my saliva, so I taste orange rind and must scrape, curdled plaque from underneath the hoods of teeth, scratch at my gums, desperately strip a citrus moss tongue, only for the cavern walls to weep blood even more bitter.
I have William, and I've been thinking about breaking up with my boyfriend. What do we think?
So guys, just moved here, been here 10 days. My name's William, and I was a part of a poetry collective in San Antonio, Texas. And
Let's go Spurs!
I'm here now, and
Go Spurs, go!
with my wife Carrie. So I'm not really. I'm more into poetry than I am into sports. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I've never even seen one Spurs game. So feeling a little intimidated and vulnerable, a bit scared, honestly, because I don't know you guys, and of course you don't know me. So I'm new. I'm new to the scene, but I'm I'm very happy to be here. The 10 days here so far, amazing. Live in South Philly. Wow. Wow, South Philly, amazing. So this is a poem. I'm going to read a poem about, it's a love story. And it's called Chica on the West Side of a Google Image. And Chica, of course, means girl, but it's, you guys will see. When we Google imaged a house we ended up purchasing on the west side of San Antonio, there was a dog in the image. It was a stray that we called Chica. Street dog Chica was beautiful and timid. She was a mixed breed, probably some German Shepherd in her. She roamed the neighborhood with a few other strays. Chica was cared for by her neighbors. She ate food that was left out on porches and in driveways. She drank water from a makeshift hydration station. Chica had street wisdom. She was scrappy, quick, alert, and wary. Stray was a way of life. She slept under a house that rested on cinder blocks. It took several months before Chica would let me be even 10 feet from her. In the beginning, Chica was a shadow and dwelled with other shadows. It took months before she would take a treat from my hand. One morning, I opened the curtains and Chica was on our front lawn. She was waiting for me. Slowly, we became friends. She had to trust that my outstretched hand would be kind. I had to trust that she would not bite me. Living on the street, she was not wired for trust. The street was not kind to strays. Chica was hunted, prey, but slowly we became friends. One day, Chica let me pet her. It was special for both of us, but a somewhat brief encounter. It took about 6 months. Another day, she randomly laid down under our carport and rolled over. When I placed my hand on her belly, Chica S-turned her torso back and forth. I continued to pet Chica. Her eyes rolled back, and she breathed a deep gasp. Chica released her weight. Chica relaxed and her weight dropped as I continued to gently stroke her belly. Years of tension from living on the street was released. As I continued to rub her belly, she rolled her head back and forth. I tickled her paws. Her tongue fell out of her mouth and hung out of one side. Chica continued to wiggle her torso. The lady who lived across the street walked out of her house. She saw Chica and I together under our carport and then U-turned and went back in. I continued to pet Chica on the street, in our driveway, on the west side. I was making love with the street dog. After this turning point, Chica would chase my car when she saw it coming down the street. She greeted me when I arrived home. She pranced and yelped to say hello. She knew I would give her a treat and pet her. Our friendship developed further during COVID lockdown. She would run to me to say hello. Chica would wait in our driveway for me to return home. When I did yard work in the front yard, she stood next to me. A girl named Shayla lived a few houses down our street. She was also friends with Chica. They played together every day. I saw Shayla hug Chica. Chica eluded the dog catcher for years. The friendship offered by the dog catcher was fake. Chica did not take the bait. I cheered every time Chica ran away from the dog catcher. COVID, hard freeze, and grid failure. I tried to put a sweater on Chica, but as a stray, she was freaked out by confinement. When I approached Chica with the sweater, at first she was curious. Chica ran when I tried to put it on her. On Sunday morning, I found Chica frozen and lifeless on the sidewalk. Her tongue was gray and sticking out of the side of her mouth. Her eyes were open. I covered Chica with a blanket. I can still see the unique way Chica shuffled when she walked. I can still see Chica trotting down our street. I can still see Chica's silent silhouette in the Google image photo. Thank you.
Next up, I have Tatiana.
Tatiana Kemp.
Go ahead, Diva.
There is someone very pretty here. I won't make a move because honestly I'm in 2 potential situationships, but I'm just happy to glance at her.
This is kind of like a weird, horny love poem, if we can get down with that, and it's called...
Let's go!
And it's called Coffee.
Hell yeah.
My mama said, guys don't worry about the weight of forever. They just go on enjoying themselves. And if Cohen can do it, why can't I? If Bukowski can do it, why can't I? Now that my poems are under new management, I can fuck with joyful abandon and tell you you're like nobody else I've ever met. My sister told me they just want to be part of your world. So don't forget about your own dull, beautiful life. Every evening we share could someday be forgotten by the coat rack. Still, every concert, every trip to the shore, every dried bouquet is kept in a locket, pictures so water-bleached I cannot remember their faces or even names. You see, immortalizing you in these lines is the only way I can keep myself, reducing you down to your worn Reeboks or your Louis Armstrong mug, ringing bells on stage with your bands like an ancient saint. I've collage cut out your strong Italian nose and glued it to my diary pages. Let me swoon, let me know if you love the girl in the button headbands and polka dot dress, coolest girl you know, skipping down the sidewalk to meet you at the bar, singing along with Andre 3000, I hope that you're the one, for a citywide and a G&T, just how we like it. I miss you already. I want to suck on your earlobe till it aches. Cut it off, keep it under my pillow. Sweetest cunt sucker, let me know. If Bukowski can do it, why can't I? If you don't bring me my coffee hot tomorrow, I'll slap you, tug your curls, then bask by your window like a tomcat fresh off his heat. Thank you.
What's up? I just moved here from New Orleans.
Welcome.
And I don't have a southern accent because I'm actually not from New Orleans. I just lied to you. So this one is a political poem. I wasn't actually going to go tonight, but my buddy wanted to go, so I have to go now. It's called Conestoga Town. And if I mispronounce anything, forgive me, because I read more than I listen. The once Edenic azure now seizes and shrieks. It is soiled with compounding bits of true Springfield metal over the Delian colony where these lost Canaanites homestead. The Temple Mountain is here, you declare. This is truly holiest of all places. This garden shall bear its fruit. And from the undergrowth rise phantoms, possessed with a mandate from the prolific Abrahamic texts, blessed half-mad prophecies, you wandering half-naked rangers, crass and stout, wielding fire and brimstone, brown bests, unyielding, merciless eyes at war with your sockets, uncontrolled and frothing, mutinying against the laws of God and men. Fashion up firelocks, hangers, and hatchets, with whom you'll rage and revel all the way to Philadelphia. For, and the answer is known, what wickedness shall be covered, what guilt shall lie across the land? Step up, boys, half-breed and undraped, virgin, unraped, squint and lick the ball of lead. Acquaint this, a taste of Presbyterian law, your halacha initiation. Now I know, what Chief Joseph could not, that between the walls, sundered by the silent engines of ideology, sinews of stone and ether, two ideals warp and cleave, their forms twisting in a ballet of man's cruel incomprehension, a puppet show of base patterning, an archetypal eruption, convulsing through centuries like the spore of forgotten gods, hearkening back the Zulus and the Arabs, armed with spears, with bows, vessels for the force of history, their bodies cleaving air, cleaving time, as they fell like sugarcane beneath your 16-pounder's calamitous breath. Market democracy, the mythos insists, must be wrought like an apocryphal fresco, daubed in spectral shades of soot and ash upon the very map of existence. British chimneys, Russian chimneys, emissaries of the industrial sacraments, belching your sacrilegious smoke, your belts and roads to encircle these holy lands, even down to holiest Palestine, where the sacred flecks, forever mired in the imperialist quag, will be wrested from God's grasp. 250 years hence, and still you stand as the plowman of ruin, an avatar of force, cutting furrows into the earth's body in broad, dark glyphs, inscriptions that mutilate emotion, you logical beasts, that carve into the black current of history itself. And what vengeance shall heaven ordain for the blood of innocents? what Messiah can could dare raise a finger?
Before we get to the very last reader, I'm just going to plug, we are Premonitions Poetry. If you want to see more of these shows, we are at Premonitions Poetry on Instagram. We have, I don't know, like 5 shows a year, but if you show up here any Wednesday of the year, there is an open mic and show every single Wednesday, 7 to 9 o'clock. So if you didn't get to read at this one, come next week, come the week after. You don't have to come to my shows, I don't really care. Just get out here and read your work, and there will be room for you.
Okay, our last lucky reader.
Valium Housewife. Yeah, get on up here.
Hi everybody, how we doing? Let's close out this show. Hey, fuck yeah. All right, I'm Valium Housewife. I'm gonna say a poem. It's called The Slut to Whore Pipeline. Wait, actually, excuse me, let me get a little more comfortable. The Slut to Whore Pipeline is a water slide. Whee! Slippery when wet, the slope, and I, coming of age in the sweaty summer, clit fidgeting until the stroke of midnight, submitting for verification, and waiting with chatter-baited breath for an email with the subject line, old enough. The devotees of #teen tricked into thinking they were buying my innocence. One token at a time, me smiling at the webcam because my innocence is innate, immaterial, immutable, and cannot be touched by a man. Raw power. The synchronous masturbating of hundreds of individuals around the world, driven into a froth-lipped, fapping frenzy from just like one tit. I never felt so much like a kind of God you're afraid of. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.